Alrighty guys, we're back for some Is It Enchantments, and this is a Streets of New Capenna standard build. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some normal play mode. With rotation right around the corner, it makes more sense to me to not take any of these builds too seriously and just have fun with them instead, so that's what we'll be doing here today. Also, this was actually a suggestion over in the Discord, so thank you so much for the suggestion. And if you guys want to join up that Discord, there's a link down in the description, of course. What do we got in the build here? Making its second appearance this week, Manaform Hellkite, a 4-mana 4/4 flying dragon, one of my favorite dragons right now. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX red dragon illusion creature token with flying and haste, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Exile that token at the beginning of the next end step. So this card can really put in some work. The biggest issue, of course, is it actually has to stay on the field, or you just have to have a ton of mana to utilize the dragon illusion on the turn that you actually play this too. So yeah, there's a ton of removal floating about, so it's actually hard to keep the Hellkite on the board, but that's okay. We're still going to have some fun with it for sure. What else do we got in the build here? Well, we got 4 Witness Protection. I'm excited to play with this card again. A 1-mana enchantment aura. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green-white citizen creature with base power toughness 1/1, named Legitimate Business Person. I'm telling you guys, there's nothing more fun than watching something turn into a legitimate business person, like for real. So I can't wait to play with this again. We have a couple modern ages in here. This helps us cycle through our hand, but then it does turn into the little vector glider. It's a flying 2/3. I actually don't think this card's that bad. We'll see though. A couple Cathartic Pyres for some removal and maybe just helping us find our Manaforms or our burn down the house as well. We have 2 Reckoner Bankbusters because actually artifacts are going to be a little bit important in this build as well. We have 4 Fable of the Mirror Breakers, obviously. Got 2 Seismic Waves. Now, since this is rotation proof, we don't have Crush the Weak, we don't have Cinderclasm, so maybe Seismic Wave can help us get the job done, but I don't know. I think both Cinderclasm and Crush the Weak are better than this, but it really depends what you're up against too. The Seismic Waves deals 2 damage to any target, so that's cool. You can actually target the opponent's face then. And 1 damage to each non-artifact creature target opponent controls. So it's a little weird, right? Like non-artifacts, but like, because couldn't they push this and just have it deal 1 damage to each creature target opponent controls? Well, either way, yeah, Crush the Weak and Cinderclasm are rotating out, so we'll see if this can fill the gap. Got 4 Wandering Minds, a 3-mana creature with Is It colors up there. It's a flying 2/1. When Wandering Mind enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So yeah, non-creature, non-land. You can find artifacts and enchantments with this as well. It's actually a pretty solid card, and I think we saw this. I think this saw some play in Standard, right? Somewhere in some Is It deck along the way. Maybe it was Mill. I kind of forget. Yeah, I think maybe some Mill decks ran this and grabbed their Tasha's Hideous Laughter. But either way, it's actually a pretty solid creature. We have 2 Celestus, and one of the reasons I've been running more and more Celestus is that life gain is actually kind of insane. In longer matches, it can gain you a ton of life, but also just the fact that it fixes your mana. But then also, even though it's legendary, that's fine. You can always discard it to itself, or when you're running it in decks with like Fable and even now the Modern Age too, you can always cycle out that second one, so the legendary is not going to get in the way too often. We have 4 Inventive Iterations, a 4-mana enchantment saga. Return up to 1 target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Nice. On the second turn it's out there, return an artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. If you can't, draw a card. So This can help you bring back Bankbuster if it got removed, or maybe a Celestus. Then you just, at that point, if you have a Celestus in the grave, you probably put it there because you already have the other Celestus on the board. But we'll see. And then, of course, if neither of those artifacts are there, you get to draw a card. But what's really cool is when this comes back on the third turn as a Living Breakthrough, it's actually pretty solid. A flying 3/3. Whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value as the spell until your next turn. So it's actually a neat little card here. We have 2 big scores because the last time I ran a deck like this, I think I only had 1 big score, and big score just happens to be really freaking good. So here's 2 of them. On the very top end, we have 3 Burn Down the House because, oh man, I'll tell you what, I cannot tell you how important this card is. It's actually, like, I'm a little nervous just running 3 of them in this build. Like, we could totally fit 4 of them, honestly. But either way, this is also a great way to close out games too. Do not underestimate those 3 1/1 devils, especially if you have Manaform Hellkite already on the board. You can do insane things like Reflection of Kikijiki, copy the Manaform, drop the Burn Down the House, and just swing in for a ton of damage. So there's actually not a lot of payoffs to be playing enchantments in here rather than just like instants and sorceries. And so one of them that I found was Roadside Reliquary. So this is a land that taps for a colorless, but for 2 mana you can tap it and sack it. Draw a card if you control an artifact. Okay, we got those. Draw a card if you control an enchantment. Oh, we got those too. So this could be a great way to replenish our hand for just 2 mana, because not only is the Celestus and Bankbuster an artifact, but the treasures off a big score, and of course the Goblin Shaman token on Fable can generate treasures too. So yeah, I think this is actually going to be pretty good in here. Hopefully the colorless mana that it taps for doesn't hold us back at all, but you never know. Yeah, the rest of the mana base is also rotation proof too. So we got the Swiftwater Cliffs, of course the Stormcarved Coast, rocking the Crucible and the Soaring City. And honestly, 2 Soaring Cities could be pretty good here. The amount of times you actually channel Soaring City kind of blows my mind. It's a really good channel land. Either way, we got some honorable mentions to go over here too. No Commando this time. We're going for a little bit less aggression, and there's not a lot of creatures that Commando could buff for that second ability either. But either way, even if you're not using that second ability on Commando, it happens to be a very good card. Same concept with Sticky Fingers. This isn't a very aggressive deck. Not a lot of great creatures to just slap this onto. Even though it could be cool because it can generate the artifacts and everything as well for the roadside, but and of course treasure ramping you is really good too. Strangle could be the removal that you actually want over something like Witness Protection, but I really want to play with Witness Protection if I didn't make that clear earlier. Abrade could be awesome. You might want just like 2 Abrades instead of the Modern Age, but I really wanted to stick to like the spirit of the deck and have a bunch of enchantments in here. The Flame Breather could be cool, but is probably much better when you have a bunch of cheaper stuff to play with it, and that way it can deal a bunch more damage. Chandra could be pretty neat too, but I couldn't really find room for it, and there's actually a fair amount of blue cards that you could hit with this, and of course if you hit any lands as well, then you can't play those, but that doesn't really matter because what you're looking at on Chandra in a deck like this in particular is actually ramping with it on the first ability. But yeah. And then Stensia Uprising, of course, an awesome little enchantment here that actually is pretty easy to do that 7 damage with. Getting exactly 13 permanents isn't as bad as you would think, especially in a deck that can generate treasures and stuff, but I couldn't find room for it this time, and I think that Inventive Iteration is a little bit cooler in this 4-drop spot. But yeah, just an honorable mention, something to think about for sure. Alrighty guys, hopefully I didn't take too long to go over the deck. Oh, something I forgot to mention with Witness Protection and Seismic Wave, of course, you can Witness Protection, their biggest thing, and then Seismic Wave to kill it because it obviously would do the 1 damage to the legitimate business person, but that's pretty obvious, but I did want to mention that. All right, let's hop into some normal play mode and see how this wow, listen to me, guys. Listen to me. Let's see how this goes, huh? See if we can hop right into the first match for some good luck. Eh, not bad. 6 seconds. I'll count it. I'll count it. We need some good luck. I've been on quite the loss streak recently. Ooh. Ooh, what's the starting hand? What is this? This isn't good luck. I know. It's fine. The mulligan will be the good luck. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. That's definitely a mulligan. I'm usually very, very picky with... What? Did I forget to add the other mana? Wait. I think we gotta... Okay, I'm keeping it, I guess. We better toss the only blue card in the hand. You don't want to go down to 5, that's for sure. You go down to 5, like, the odds that you can pull it off are so low. So you just better be able to draw off the top when you have 6. There are moments where going down to 5 is like, I guess necessary, but it's not super necessary for this hand since we have the Cathartic Pyre. We could both use it as removal or to filter through those mana forms that we don't need and potentially draw the mana that we do need. Okay. Opponent drops the legendary land on turn 1. Must be their only green source. Some Gruul Weaver. Okay. I wonder if we take that down. I don't think so. We got the mana for Hellkite. We'll keep this open for now, even though they could have protection on their turn, like Snakeskin Veil or something like that. We'll see. Whoa. Okay. We got some Naya enchantments over there. That 3 mana is probably open for removal, unfortunately. Runeforge Champion. Yeah, we could probably take that out, I guess. We don't want their runes to be that cheap. Yeah, I guess that's fine. What do you guys think? The problem with decks like this is they always have another one, you know? Oh no, guys, we're drawing pretty poorly. It's okay, the good luck is being saved for the next match. That's what they're actually doing here. Wow, they didn't even play Rune of Might, so this is probably just another champion or another creature. Or they didn't want it to get countered, but like there's... I don't know. They play Rune of Sustenance on their mountain just to keep the Rune of Sustenance on the board for some other effects is my assumption. So big score is probably better here than just playing out the Manaform Hellkite because of the deck that we're up against. We pretty much know that they have the exile removal enchantments in here. We could try it. We totally could. Yeah, what the heck. It's already been a relatively bad game because of our draws, so we might as well attempt it. Oh, they go Hollowed Haunting here. Oh. Well, Burn Down the House is going to be very important then, but we might be able to get enough damage through here. We could go Burn, swing on the ground, or we could go Big Score, look for removal. I think Big Score is better, and we're going to keep the, yeah. I'm going to ditch the mountain. That's fine. We can do this. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, let's ditch the Hellkite. I think the Burn Down the House is going to be too important. Okay. Okay. And if we didn't draw a land there, then that could have been bad. Gain a life. I'll tell you what, guys. If they don't get rid of this Hellkite, we can win next turn pretty effectively. And even if we can't win next turn, we have pretty Okay, so their runes cost 1 again. So they'll be able to get their Spirit Cleric. They really need to remove this Hellkite. Like, for real. How much mana are we gonna have next turn? 8? 8 mana total. So we can't do both the Inventive and the Burn. But I think all we really need to do is Burn. Unless they save this as a blocker, which they might not. The Rune of Sustenance. Yep. So they're going up to 14. I think that's just a GG. No, we only had 12 damage with the burn down the house. Oh crap, guys. Because we could yeah, that would be 9 in the air and then 3 on the ground. Okay, well, we gotta figure this out, don't we? How do we want to do this? Another land is pretty bad. Pretty bad. 6 mana. We could save these back as blockers, swing 9 in the air. That way we don't just die. So that's probably the play. Even though killing everything would be really good too. I don't want to lose my Hellkite when that's kind of our win condition here. To save the 3 devils back as blockers on the ground. And, oh, they have trample though. We better gain this life while we can, because we might just die this turn. Because these runes can really just, really just start to add up if they remove some of these devils too. They go for the naturalist. It is now free to play their runes. I think we're dead. Oh no. Was it as simple as a 2/2 with lifelink? Was it that simple? Really bad draws though, huh guys? Hopefully, yeah, game 2 we draw a little bit better, as everything could have gone our way quite easily, right? We had 3 extra mana. The flying, guys. Oh, I did not think this through at all. How could we have gotten around this? We could have played Inventive Iteration. We didn't have to swing with Hellkite. I don't think we could have. I think the opponent was going to pop off either way, especially since they had Naturalist. We could have bounced the Runeforge back, but that's a really bad bounce target too, because they just get to play it again and find another rune. So, yeah. Good game, opponent. Yeah, flying from the Hollowed Haunting. That's brutal, man. I'll let them swing in just in case they have one of the quests where you have to attack with creatures. Literally the most annoying quest, because by the time you have enough creatures to attack with, the opponents concede. So you have to go into the next game. And that quest in particular is just a really slow grind. I've never enjoyed it. I always try to let the opponents swing in if they have a good chunk of creatures to do so. Yeah, let's hop into the next game. That was just some basic Naya runes. When the Weaver dropped, I was expecting something completely different, honestly. We almost got there, though. Manaform's very powerful. Okay. This is a much better hand. Like literally 10 times better than the last game's hand, so yeah. I like it. Let's keep it. We can't do anything for a couple turns, but like in comparison to the last game, whew. Yeah, it's funny how far lifelink can go in foiling a plan. Like something so simple like them actually swinging with that Weaver made it so that way our lethal damage off of the burn was just like that. Like they would have gone down to 2. So I wonder if there was anything I could have done differently that game to actually get that last 2 through then. Or if things happened in a different order, maybe that lifelink wouldn't have happened as well. So if you guys saw a way through there, let me know, of course. Okay. It is some Gruul here. I got a little nervous that we were going to be up against like the same deck for some reason, because I think that was pretty much the same play. Deck, I do have 1 and 2 drops in here. It's okay if you want to hand some to me. It's fine. Yeah, I think turning Galagreeters into a legitimate business person before it got some counters would have been pretty good, but... Oh my, guys, yeah, these... I mean... Wow. This is something else. Let's go with the Celestus. Because if we top deck a land, then we could go burn down the house. Okay, good. Celestus hits the board. It was stuck, which we don't know. This could have been like a 4-color deck. Could have been. Could be 5 colors, actually. With how it's set up right now, it sure looks like a treasure deck. Some Naya treasures would be sick. Zorn! Let's go! Okay, we gotta get a land off the top here. Like I said, did we save all of our luck for the second game? Plenty of lands in the deck, I think. Okay, second Galagreeters. Come on, land. Come on. They're gonna get 2 more treasures here, too. One more treasure. Oh, wait, 2 more treasures. Wait, hold up. 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player. Did one of these have first strike? Oh, we got the land. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read that in a second. They have 2 mana open. This could be, honestly, this could be like a Tameo safekeeping. It was not. That was a 4-for-1. They have a ton of mana though, so Fable, nice. Anyways, let me read this. What did they get that second treasure off? Okay, well, I guess it's my turn already. Opponent is playing very fast, and I do appreciate that. Have 2 mana open here. Yeah, the mana's been a little weird. Like, we haven't been able to do 2 things. Oh, the Zorn. Yeah. Oh my goodness, guys. Bro. Yeah, the Zorn makes it so that way they create 2. Dude, stimulus package. That is terrifying. Oh my goodness. We get to draw here. Roadside, nice. That could help us a lot. But I guess what we want to search for is like a Seismic Wave. Let's go Wandering Mind. Yeah, let's see what we can find here. Because, first of all, 6 deep is Witness. What is this? 3 Manaforms? What on earth? Oh man, these would have been so good. Well, Witness Protection to hand. So, sacrifice a treasure, create a 1/1 green white citizen creature token. Yeah, simple. Nice. Okay, well, we need to... Let's go Fable. I have no idea, man. Like, clearly the deck needs all these cards to help us filter through. So, we'll see. End turn. Are they going to create the 6 1/1s now is the question, because this totally looks like the type of deck that Devilish Valet would be in. We go for 1. It looks like they're going to go for the 6, but they might not because they know we have the board wipes too, so... turning Reflection into a legitimate business person would be pretty cool. But they might have something better to turn that into. Like I said, like if a Devilish Valet hits the board, then that would probably be the target of the protection, but we'll see. Yeah, we're going to be filtering through a bit here. Inventive Iteration is no good against Reflection for sure. You don't want to just bounce that back and let them get all those benefits again. Sticky fingers, let's go! Let's just block. We could double block this. We lose the Wandering Mind. I don't want to lose the Wandering Mind though, because eventually we can copy it with Reflection and just find everything we need. Let's take the 4. They do get a treasure. This could be scary, but at the same time, we're going to be filtering through our hand a little bit here. We have the Modern Age to help us filter. Another Fable if we need to. Like, there's actually a ton of options. Okay, another Fable. So we definitely ditched the Inventive Iteration. Well, we could play it and get rid of their 2/2, though. Okay, a Seismic Wave would be insane. Okay, exile, return. Excuse me, guys. And then discard up to 2, so... I wouldn't mind discarding the Witness Protection, but I also wouldn't mind being able to actually take something down with it. I think it's better to filter. We could also ditch the Modern Age here and look for something else, but that also helps us filter. So yeah, let's see what we find. Okay, Stormcarved. Another Witness Protection. It's fine. We can play our land. Let's search for that removal. Wandering Mind. 6 cards deep is a ton of cards, and they can't play... Okay. Okay. Well, this is not the greatest. Let's get the other Inventive Iteration. Let's bounce the token, the 2/2 token. They can't play 4 drops now. And we'll put the Reflection in Witness Protection. They can't play 1 drops. Okay, now we have an option here. Do we just want to go Treasure Token? Do we ever want to block with the Wandering Mind? I don't think so. But we might want to save it back. But I think if we start dealing some damage, then we might be able to start getting somewhere. I hope. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, Living Breakthrough is pretty cool because we played a 1-drop, a 3-drop, and a 4-drop. So whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value as that spell until your next turn. It's actually pretty insane. Right, so we are going to block. We're really banking on finding another board wipe here. So they're going to get another treasure to take out their legitimate business person, which I think is okay. Take 3. They get 1 treasure. They get to create another citizen. But we're not too worried about that. What we are worried about is survival. And I don't want to double block just because of their sticky fingers and their treasure. I don't think that's going to be doing too much here. Alright, sweet. Let's take this action. Crucible. Let's ditch the Crucible's pretty good. It can block a lot more. So let's get rid of the Modern Age. And I think the second Fable of the Mirror... Okay, there's the burn down the house. Well, we actually have a pretty great setup over here, so dropping a burn down the house would be a shame. So this is just better to just play as the Devils for sure. Because look at all their 1/1s. A Stimulus package is what's holding them, or keeping them alive right now. So, and then we can start, so I think we can actually full swing here. We can start getting that damage through successfully. This was a pretty cool game, guys. A battle between 2 decks that you just don't see very often. The Cathartic Pyre is pretty good too. So they can't play 5 drops. At this point, we might as well go the other Fable. That way, if they do draw like a Devilish Valet, they can't play 3 drops either. Excuse me, guys. I apologize. My allergies have been acting up recently. And we could play Crucible as a land, but it's better just to not, for sure. Especially since they have haste, too. They have great blockers here. I'm not sure what the opponent could draw, but we don't entirely know what's in their deck either, so... Let's take this action. Seismic Wave, there it is. Let's ditch the Cathartic Pyre here. Yeah, Seismic Wave is what we were looking for. We have 5 damage in the air right here. Opponent needs a miracle off the top is what I would assume. If they had double red, I would say, hey, maybe they have their own burn down the house. GG opponent, that was a fun match. Okay, so far the deck draws kind of terribly. But it's only 2 games, so more testing is required for sure. Let's hop right into the third one. Yeah, the deck's drawing really just like, I don't know. Sometimes you play a deck and you're just like, oh man, we are just ripping fire off the top of this deck, right? And then other times you play a deck and it's like, really, another 3-drop, you know? Like what is this? We only have 4 witness protections, which is our only 1-drop. And as far as 2-drops go, I guess we only have, or 2 mana cards, I guess we only have 6 of them, but that's still 10 cards. I don't know. Maybe we just need more things at the beginning of the game to keep us in the game for longer. That'll be in the final thoughts, of course. Whenever I'm staring at the deck again. Okay, nice. Hey, if they're playing some goblin, there we go. There's a Bankbuster. Nice. Anyways, if they're playing goblins, that's pretty terrifying. Goblins definitely knows how to get there. Woo, buddy. Heck yeah. I love Battlecry Goblins so much. I'm gonna miss that card big time. Alright, so we could go Fable, but Wandering Mind, find a board wipe is probably better. Yeah. Celestus. So far, Wandering Mind hasn't been able to find us any too many goodies, but there's plenty of goodies to grab with it, and yeah, 6 deep is a lot. Nice. Give them all haste. And if they swing with that Battlecry Goblin, oh my goodness, do we ever block that? Woo! That's only 5 damage going through. I think I would have only swung with the Fire Blades, but I definitely know how to get greedy with Goblin builds, especially if they have another Battlecry Goblin in hand. We might just die next turn. No land drop here, so Celestus needs to come down so that way we can actually play something. Although we could have played Fable for a blocker. Same with Wandering Mind too. But Celestus gets us 1 step. But yeah, I don't know. What would you guys have done? Yeah, 4 mana. If they had a second Battlecry Goblin, we would be like in the danger zone for sure. Right now though, that's only 4 damage, so not too bad. Sneaking guide. Okay. Oh, yep, there's the burn, but we don't have the mana for it. We could draw off a Bankbuster, look for the mana. If we don't find it, we're dead. Like, we're not exactly dead, but we're probably dead because they can play Mountain and Power Up Den or like a million other things. Because, yeah, if we find the land, we can play it and then play one of our 3-drops and at least have a blocker. Can also just play Manaform, and maybe that's enough. Let's go Manaform. Yeah, because we could have. Yeah, we'll see. We could have drawn off a Bankbuster if we found the land, played our 3-drop, have a blocker, and then burnt the house down next turn. But I think Manaform is just a really good blocker here, and maybe it's enough. So, while we can, this is a little bit janky, but hear me out. I'm not going to power up Bankbuster because they might have like an Abrade in hand. It's a little bit janky, but if we block a Fireblade Charger while it's not buffed by something, then it's technically less damage in the future, I guess, kinda, sorta. You see a pair of goblins? We are dead. Good game, opponent. Oh man, this is another case like I was talking about. The draws are just like, ew. I don't know, man. I don't know. But like I said at the beginning, like, let's not take our builds too seriously for the next week with rotation right around the corner. I know one thing. I have to check how much mana I actually put into the deck. There should be 24 regardless, because there isn't... We want to hit our 3. I didn't necessarily want 25, but maybe we do. I say as we get a hand with 5 lands in it naturally. It's fine. It's fine. At least we have the Cathartic Pyre as emergency. So we have those 5 in hand. We have 9 mountains. So we have 14 basics left in the deck. So that's 19 total. Another... Oh, wait. This isn't left in the deck. This is just in general. Oh, there we go. Now it shows it. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I never use this, like, little side thing here. So let me see again. So this is, 9, 18, 19, 20, 24. And then the Celestus for ramp. Yeah, 24, and then all this ramp, too. Excuse me, guys. Just over here. Clearing my throat every 2 seconds. Clear. Okay, so we probably want to kill that. But we could do it on their turn, too. Yeah, just in case. Just in case they play something a little bit better. But I'm pretty sure we kill that. Angel spells. Ooh, that's pretty scary too, actually. I don't know. Oh, which one? It's going to be a 3/3 here. So we can still hit it, but... Ah, man. Okay, yeah, I guess we take this down. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, we could have... I know. We had him gain a life there, guys, but... I don't know. That's really tough because Angels costing 2 less means that they can just... like, this turn, they can play a Warden. Righteous Valkyrie for 1. Yeah, that's a thing. Voice of the Blessed. What would you guys have killed there? Would you have killed the Starnheim Aspirant, or... Right, so they have the blocker in the air now. But we can bounce it and get a pretty good swing here. 8 damage. However, if we go for the second mana form, then next turn we are really pushing it. Modern Age isn't too bad either. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Like, we're in normal play mode. Like, we might as well get really greedy with it. You know, honestly, there's a lot of great cards packed in here. I feel like it should be doing more, but at the same time... Okay, they're back up to 22. I'll tell you what, man. We can get there. I really believe that. Gonna have a great swing in the air here. We're gonna bounce the Righteous Valkyrie. Let's start with the Modern Age and see what we draw here. Celestus. Nice. Okay, I'll ditch the Crucible then and keep the Celestus for next turn. We will bounce the Righteous Valkyrie. Wait, do we have 22? No, we have 20 on the board. Down to 2. Oops. Whoops, almost muted the opponent there. Oh, man. Down to 2. Can we get there? So I kept the Celestus. That way our Manaform can actually do stuff. They play the Valkyrie. We bounce the Valkyrie because that way we can actually... that way we could swing in the air successfully there. They're back up to 4. They need some lifelink here. Has lifelink as long as there are 5 or more +1/+1 counters on it. Okay. Back up to 7. Yeah, that'll do it. And they get another thing in the air. Witness protection. Haha, that's awesome. No! Opponent, come back! Witness protection could have dropped on the Voice of the Blessed here, and we could have taken it out of the sky. We also could have done it with any of the other things, but Voice of the Blessed getting out of the sky is the most important. Would have got a couple 1/1s, dropped the Celestus. That's actually a great draw there. That was sick. All right, 50% total win rate. Do we have time for one more? No, technically we don't. Am I gonna go into one more anyways? Yes, I am. Let's do this. See, if we can get another fast game like that, 4 minutes, then we're golden. And I really want to see another draw from this deck because I don't know. It feels pretty inconsistent, but I feel like it shouldn't feel inconsistent. You know what I mean? I hope you guys are as excited as I am for rotation. Yeah. Okay, I guess more 1 and 2 drops or 1 and 2 mana cards would be good. This is a keepable hand though. Like, it's fine. It's just, it's concerning when, what is happening? Why does the opponent have 220 cards in the deck? What on earth? Okay, well, I hope this is still going to be a fast-ish match. Ambitious farm hand. What is happening, guys? This is so many cards. Okay, let's go Fable. I'll tell you what, if we can keep Manaform on the board with all these big scores, this is going to be a fast game if we get to do that. Circuit Mender. Okay. Oh, we drew a second. Manaform. Honestly, I'm gonna keep everything here, guys. Submit 0. We don't swing into Circuit Mender. Really? Oh no. Oh well. We technically don't have time to get into another match, anyways. What was the opponent playing here? What was it, do you guys think? 220 cards. We had a great setup. That was a good hand after we drew. like after we drew some more and after we were actually able to get Fable down, all of a sudden like the cards were just like, oh, okay, this is pretty powerful setup here. But of course, if we were up against a different build, then it might have been a really bad setup. We might have needed removal right away, for example. All right, rotation proof. Is it enchantments? This was an interesting one. We do have 25 land in here, guys. That's right. We have the Roadside Reliquary too. So yeah, 25 total land with all this ramp. It didn't feel like enough sometimes, did it? There were a couple matches there where we did get enough land or exactly what we needed. So overall, the draws were really weird with it. I would drop 2 Inventive Iterations. Really cool card and actually helps you win games. But I would drop a couple of them. Go up and burn down the house. I think 4 of these is very important. And go up and abrade. Just extra removal here and a way to get rid of artifacts too. Or something else you could add, like, well, yeah, it depends, because something real simple like a negate could go a long way, because you could stop an enchantment in its tracks, like in that Naya Runes, the first match. If we could have actually been able to counter the enchantment that was getting them all of their... What is that card? Why can't I think of that card right now? It is a white drop for enchantment. Okay, Hollowed Haunting. Yeah, if we could have countered this, then that would have been a very different game. So that's something to think about for sure. But then also, against Naya Runes, you really, the whole time you're kind of sweating anyways. Even if you're playing a top tier deck, the whole time you're sweating like, oh no, are they going to pop off? And then they usually do. They usually just pop off and get a bunch of cards down. And so realistically, it would have been a tough match either way, I think, even if we didn't get like oddly unlucky with some of the draws. And then something else, Wandering Mind digs 6 deep. You'd think we'd be able to find what we need a little bit easier, so more testing is required with this card for sure. I think it's actually pretty terrific though, and we'll see. Yeah, non-creature, non-land, the fact that you can just, I don't know, it's just simple things like grab a Fable of the Mirrorbreaker, because Fable helps you ramp and helps you filter, and Reflection helps you win. And so, like, I think Wandering Mind might have a place somewhere. I think it's just looking for a home. Yeah, more 1 mana cards, more 2 mana cards is probably necessary because those opening hands are pretty bad. We didn't get to use Roadside Reliquary's ability, but I think it's totally worth it in here. Just being able to do 2 mana, tap it, sack it, draw 2 cards sounds insane. And most of the time we did have an enchantment and an artifact on the board as well, right? I think so. Either way, guys, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you. And first of all, let me know what you would add or take out down in the comments. But of course, try to stay true to the spirit of the deck. And again, I know I've been saying it, and I'll be saying it throughout my next videos too. Let's not take any of these builds too seriously with rotation coming up. So yeah, guys, hey, I'll see you in the next video.